So, warm welcome once again at the Intel HPC Developer Conference 2015. And with me, we have none other than James Reinders, who is the Chief Evangelist for Intel Software. Warm welcome.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, and how's it been so far since morning? You gave us a second keynote address. So how's it been since then?
Well, it's been very exciting. There's a great group of developers here at the conference asking us a lot of great questions. I think there's a lot of people that have taken to heart the message that, modernizing their code, taking advantage of the latest things that our processors can offer, multi-core, that they really want to do that. And taking to heart that it's really up to the developer to learn how to think parallel.
Yeah, you know what? I've been talking to a lot of audience members as well. They've been coming in and giving us interviews and bits, and they've all been talking about thinking parallel and parallelism and all of that. I think you've sparked off a good debate in their minds.
That's excellent. I can spend a lot of time talking about do OpenMP this or TBB that or MPI, but ultimately it's up to really the developer to internalize the concepts of parallel programming and then turn around and be an expert in that area. So I'm glad to hear the discussions going on.
So did you expect a full house today, considering this is the first time that there's a one-of-its-kind conference that we're bringing, especially Intel. It's never happened in India, and we're glad it comes from Intel for the high-performance computing range. So did you expect the hall to be packed like this?
Well, we had a sense that there was a lot of interest and demand, but of course, it warmed my heart to come here today and see it standing room only.
So let me tell you, what probably you didn't know of is that we had to open many other halls as well to accommodate the pouring number of people who just came. And so they saw you live on camera, but they didn't get to see you in person. But the main hall where you were, it was completely packed. So good going there. And also, I'd like to know from you, how is it being an author of so many books? I mean, I have with me a legend who writes so many books, books after books, and including the just released book. It's called Pearls or something. Well, may I get the title from you?
Yes, Intel, or it's High Performance Parallels and Pearls. Yes.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. That's correct. That's the 7th book I've been involved in. Yes.
So 7 books, and how do you manage to write books in your out of your busy schedule? You're such a busy man.
I have no idea sometimes, but I love to teach, and so it's a passion of mine. So as I learn more things, I like to share them. But actually, the books have become a great learning experience for me. The last couple of Pearls books, I got to work with people around the world making effective use of parallelism, showing that you can do the same optimizations for Xeon N, Xeon Phi, and get these great advances in science and engineering because of that. So it kind of feeds on itself. So not only am I the teacher, but I'm the one learning as well in the process. So why won't I do more? Of course, it's so much fun.
So it comes a full circle for you. You're giving back to the society, giving back to the community to teach them, and at the same time, you're also getting to learn from them. And that explains why there were so many people in queue wanting you to just sign that piece of paper so they could get their book courier to them.
Yeah, it warms my heart to see people, wanting a copy of the book. I think they'll find it very interesting, and they certainly asked good questions. I'm sure the books will be in good hands.
So it's not every day in a city like Bangalore, whose population makes up for about 60% of the Indian population abroad, to have a person like you come and traverse their path and then teach them a lot more. So thank you for coming down to India and adding a lot of knowledge to all the people who came for high performance computing today.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's definitely worthwhile and exciting to be here in India.
So if there's one last key takeaway that you want those of them watching us right now, what would that one message be for the people watching you?
I guess I'll just go back to my common thing that I say, which is really learn to think parallel, really pay attention not just to the techniques, but try to understand the core elements of parallelism, the patterns that work, just where your parallelism is at, and then exploit it.
So I'll probably sign off with one key takeaway from your session that I learned personally, being a non-technical guy, that we can give you the tools, but we cannot make you do it. That's something that you said.
Okay.
Okay.
It's sort of like leading a horse to water, right? You can't make it drink. It's we've got the tools there for you, but it's up to you as a software developer to learn the techniques to use them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, James Reinders, for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, there's a lot more coming up for you guys from Intel HPC Developer Conference 2015. This is just the beginning of something spectacular.